So I was born in Adelaide, South Australia. Adelaide's a really artsy place. In fact, a lot of groups like AC/DC, the Bee Gees, and I think Godier may have originally been from Adelaide. It's also known as the City of Churches. When I was 6 weeks old, we moved to Kalgoorlie, population 26,000. What, what? Everybody in Australia knows Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie has a reputation in Australia for being a really rough town kind of place where if you want to see bar fighters fighting on the streets, that's where you go. Anyway, locals are really friendly though, and everyone knows everyone. I spent the first 8 years of my life in Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie is a mining town, which is the main reason why we went there. My dad's a mining engineer. That and I was actually conceived in Cal anyway, so there's not a lot to do there, which is probably why I was conceived in Cal, and probably why the locals like to do shit like this. Anyway, so when I was grade 4, my parents separated and we moved to Perth, population 1.3 mil. It's now about 1.8, 1.9, but it really feels like it's about 150,000 or something. Anyway, when we first moved to Perth, I dropped and changed schools quite a bit. Actually, I went to 3 different schools inside a couple of months, took its toll, and it was really difficult at the time to like sort of deal with that. And I was missing my dad, and I remember crying on the way to school and getting picked on for it. And I was really unhappy. And I remember taking out a lot of my mum, and as a result, our relationship's never really been the same. Anyway, so then I got Anyway, so then I went to high school, got some hair on my balls, got a mo, thought I was pretty hot shit. Going back to Cal, I read my report saying at the bottom, Michael was the class clown. I loved it when I was getting the attention. Sorry, I loved it. I was getting attention from the girls, and I remember there wasn't a time when I wasn't getting a stupid love letter or being told off by my mom for too many girls calling the house or egging the teacher's house. Yes, Mr. History teacher, a couple of others, and myself egged that teacher's house. Um, what I didn't realize at the time was that the relationship between mom and I was slipping away. Slipping away. She was dating another guy, and that guy was my dad's best friend. And I wasn't particularly fond of that idea, and was worrying about other stuff. And my dad's a freaking honest student, and he was expecting the same from me, and I was just not having it. Anyway, grade 11 came along, and I met this girl who was best friends with this girl I had grown up with, and that girl I'd grown up with's party. Anyway, so this chick was hot, like green eyes, bunny brown hair, caramel complexion, like fire. Anyway, uh, but she wasn't interested in me at the time. She was sort of like aiming for another guy. There was another guy at the party that she'd been interested in a long time, so she just wasn't feeling me. Or she was like, yeah, you know, you're hot, you're cute, and all, but like, you know, I'm sort of like into this guy. Or anyway, about a year or two passed, and I'd graduated from high school by this time, and she was like year 12, and we'll add another one of this friend's parties, and she was there. Well, I was at another one of this friend's parties, and she was there. Anyway, this time, you know, we got to talking, and like pretty quickly soon after, like I got a number, and pretty soon quickly afterwards, like we started dating and whatnot. Anyway, we dated for 6 years. I'm tugging my ear right now, but we fought a lot, and there was just drama. Uh, you know, control freak. Anyway, so we broke up. Not me, her. But oh, by the oh, by the way, this is a recent pick of Earth, and that building in the middle there, that's the BHP Billism building, the most random fucking building in the world. Never mind. About a year after we broke up, I was offered a position as a sales exec for a freight forwarding company in Melbourne. Opportunity of a lifetime, and I went for it. Melbourne's a big city, population 4 million. It's just so different from Perth. I remember walking the street at 10 o'clock at night on a Monday, and there were more people in the city at night than there are at noon in Perth, and just thinking, wow. Or not realizing that Coles was 24/7 until like 6 months after I got there, or nodding at people in the city as I walk past them, wondering why they're looking at me funny. But Melbourne people are some of the nicest people you meet. You'll go clubbing one night and meet 10 new friends. And like the girls there are so hot. Like if you like the Kim Kardashian look, like the Mediterranean look, even though Kim Kardashian is not Mediterranean, that's what they look like there. And they're different too, like they'll approach you in a club. If you do that in Melbourne, they'll just shut you. If you do that in Perth, they'll just shut you down. And another thing I didn't realise is just how interconnected everyone is on the East Coast and how much people travel between the cities. Anyway, so once again, I thought I was pretty hot shit. Yes, I rented a two-story townhouse. I lived in a nice area. I was travelling all over the country, which is where we come to Gold Coast. What I didn't realise was how cheap it was to travel on the East Coast. Like they'll have deals where you can fly to Gold Coast, Sydney, etc. So Gold Coast, which is where everyone on the East Coast goes to party up on the weekend, was an experience and a blast and a half. Plus they have the worlds, clubbing, the beaches. It's pretty cool. So we come to 2010 August. I was using cream to remove body hair, and it burnt the skin out of my arms. I spent the next 9 months and all my savings being shut down by doctors that weren't prepared to look at the burns. It was embarrassing, and I was beginning to shut people out too. Out of money, I moved back to Perth and safe over in a home. Or so I thought. Remember, I had problems with my mum, and they resurfaced and with no money, and no one really wanted to do anything about it. It became increasingly clear that I wasn't welcome. By 2012, my mum's partner, yeah, the same guy, asked me to leave. Well, actually, he asked my mum to ask my dad to ask me to leave. Yeah, bitch move, right? So I found myself at my dad's, which is where I didn't want to be. You see, my dad's an immigrant from a third world country, and he's pissed I didn't go to university after high school, and he's using it back at me for not going. So out of money and sort of backed into a corner, and a public system not prepared to help. Well, not all, just some. I decided to put videos up on YouTube in the hope that someone out there might find them, or a doctor might see it, be able to treat it, and yeah, that's my life.